Good morning. How are you? I'm doing a voiceover because I was not human yet exactly this morning. We are counting down the days until I head back to the US, so I've got things to do, people to see, and just kind of a lot on my mind. So as usual, this is going to be a bit discombobulated. So welcome to another video. After I eat my yogurt, I promise I will be a normal person again. And thank you as always for being here. Okay, I've eaten, now I can talk. I'm going to be doodling, actually recreating a piece that I saw at the museum yesterday while listening to a class. And so I kind of want to talk about this early on because it's top of the mind. Very quickly and very vaguely, sorry, Kurt and I are working on major visa things. Because of that and because of what you have seen happening in the US currently, I'm more hesitant than I've ever been to talk about certain subjects, specifically on social media, including here, which is why this is going to be quick and vague. But I hope that the past 10 years that I've been very vocal, I feel like you guys know my heart and you guys know what I am doing behind the scenes. That being said, I appreciate your understanding if I seem quieter on issues that you wish I were louder about. I wish I was too, but just for this very moment in time, that's the decision that I feel comfortable with. Know that I am doing what I can in other ways. That being said, I just read a book. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It wasn't great, but it brought up some really interesting conversations about mutual aid and revolutions and things like that. It's called The Great Transition. It's like a climate change novel. Takes place way after the world has sort of hit the point of no return and the lengths that we have to go in order to live. What societal changes do we make? And do those changes even matter if we just go back to our old ways? As a whole, I don't think they answered a lot of questions that they asked, but that's okay. But it just kept referencing mutual aid. And so I decided I will have all these linked down below, but I'm actually, while I'm doodling, going to be taking this course through Shareable, completely free. They have a lot of pretty consistently updated resources. This is a pretty much hour-long webinar that I'm going to be listening to. One of my perfectionist fears is is the way that I'm helping actually working? I don't know. I just really want to learn all of the different ways that communities can help each other, removed from a lot of the systems that we currently have in place that aren't working. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this. I will link it down below, but that is just something I kind of wanted to touch on because I feel like this is only the beginning of the process. And so I'm just getting used to, I know I just talked about this is the year I'm not going to self-censor, but it's literally the first year that I'm actually going to self-censor in a way that really matters to me. I kind of shared it very quickly on Instagram and I got a lot of feedback of a lot of people who are in similar situation. And unfortunately it's not paranoia. And so yeah, hopefully you guys know how I am feeling. And yeah, let's learn about mutual aid.
Remembering that we can't do it perfectly. We talk about this work as imperfect people doing imperfect work. We're all learning how to think and feel together. We're learning new solidarities. We all come into the work not knowing everything we could about all the systems we live under. So we might show up and have not interrogated our transphobia yet, or have a lot to learn about ableism, or are noticing the ways that racism is impacting how we behave. How can we let ourselves be imperfect and be learners together? Really hard, but really important.
Okay, hi guys, we're in Daiso. I need to pick up a few things travel-sized containers and things like that. Just want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, who was another thing that I just took care of, and that is seoul. seoul is an eSIM provider. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with eSIMs. If you are traveling, it is a wonderful way to guarantee that you will always have data. seoul offers individual country plus regional plans for I think over 190 countries. And what's really great about seoul is that it's one eSIM. You download it from the app, it's one eSIM, and then you can add different locations and data plans to it. it. So you can actually activate it before you're on your trip. My mom just went to London and she was a little bit worried about using an eSIM. So she actually like called me and we did it together. And so she was very confident that like before she even got on her airplane, she knew that the second that she turned off airplane mode, she would be connected to data. It worked stunningly. She had a great trip. So yeah, eSIMs are just a really great way to keep yourself safe. seoul also has a lot of security features, basically what you get when you're using a VPN. It's affordable. You can check how much data you have. They have 24/7 customer service and full refund guarantee if the eSIM doesn't work, which I've never had happen. Just really get an eSIM. So we are all set up for our data in the US, which is great because we're arriving really late and it might be snowing when we arrive. So I'm terrified of figuring out how to get home. So yeah, thank you so much to seoul. I will have a link and a QR code. You can use my code caricakes or go to seoul.com/caricakes to get 15% off of your data plans for seoul. Please check them out. Love them to death. That is one thing off of my list. Now let's go shopping. We're leaving for a month, so I don't know what size travel. We'll figure it out as we go. Anyway, all that information down below. Thank you as always. Let's get packing.
요거는 바코드 찍으실게요. 먹는 거는 바코드 찍으실게요. 이게 괜찮아요? 뭐한 번.
It is too cold to do literally anything today. We are all going home immediately. Whoa. So I will touch you when we get there. Hi, we've made it. We're home. I'm taking a break. Those weren't, to be completely honest, those weren't consecutive days. I did take 1 or 2 days off in between filming this, but this week was really just seeing a lot of my friends before I leave for such a long trip. Also a lot of my friends because we're leaving over Seoul, which is New Year's, so a lot of my friends are traveling. Just trying to like see everybody when I can because I know it's going to be minimum a month before we cross paths again. Nathan, king of the omiyage, bought Chitin and I caramels from our favorite caramel shop in Harajuku called Number Sugar. So thank you, Nathan. You're the best. Speaking of taking days off though, I do have a little bit more work that I want to try and finish before I go to the US. I try my best to like finish as much work as possible. So I think tomorrow I do have to film and edit a book video. So I'll see you maybe on Tuesday. Today's Sunday, so I'll see you on Tuesday because we're going to, oh, like look at these. Hold on. The box is beautiful, but the caramels come in, they're all different flavors and they're all numbered. Yeah, we're gonna meet up with Nathan again and Emily for some bookish things, planning some things, just having a chat. So I will see you guys then. I just wanted to get on here and say some words because I feel like I yapped a lot in the beginning and then I just haven't spoken to the camera. So just very thankful that the timing worked out and I got to see some friends that have recently moved but happened to be back in the country for work, and very grateful for being in a city filled with a lot of friends. So I'm gonna log off here because I need to finish a book before tomorrow so I can talk about the book for the video. I'm reading an old romance from the 90s that's a pretty wild ride. It's called Lord of Scoundrels if you want to look it up. I'm laughing. It's, well, you'll hear my full thoughts in my January wrap up, but yeah, it's been so cold, but I'm so happy to go out into it to see some friends and eat some unlimited hot pot. So okay, I'm gonna go into a food coma for a bit. Then we need to get packing. Then I need to start doing laundry. I'm bringing a lot of gifts this time. And then we also need to cook because I need to empty out my fridge before we go, or else Kurt will lose his mind. So see you then.
Hi. Ooh. Hey, so it's Thursday. It's really cold. I'm heading to a movie. This is a weird amount of time before a trip. I always get ready too early, and now I'm just like twiddling my thumbs, waiting to do laundry. I'm so sorry about this wind. I'm gonna go inside. Hold on. Okay, I'm at the movies. There's legit no seats. I'm sitting in one of the weird massage chairs. Yeah, so I haven't checked it in a while because I've been working on some really fun projects for my book channel, trying to get everything done before February. And yeah, I've just been kind of meeting friends, but we haven't been outside. Like, we've just been hiding in a cafe because it's been just so cold and I don't want to like take my hands out to film when I'm outside. It's been really bad, and it's really cold on all of the US, but like going back to my parents' house, like it's usually at least a little bit warmer. It is, right, I'm talking to you a couple days after the snowstorm. So my parents' house got like almost 2 feet of snow. So that's what we're going back to. I mourn the days of me going back for winter holidays, going back to California. So anyway, yeah, I'm seeing Chronology of Water, which is based off of a book/memoir that I really, really enjoyed. And this is written and directed by Kristen Stewart. So it should be interesting. So I just wanted to check in because it's been a few days, but literally I have been sitting on my couch for days, and then I got coffee with Emily, and then I sat back down on my couch. So yeah, we're gonna actually start packing and being serious about this trip soon. But yeah, welcome to my little 2 weeks before a trip anxiety corner. I'm actually, that mental health thing I was telling you about, like how I was surprised that I was mentally healthy at the end of the year. Considering what's happening in the world, in my little brain, in my tiny little universe, I'm handling it well. I've found so many coping mechanisms for anxiety and overthinking and spiraling and all of that. I've just been like really managing my emotions really well. I'm quite proud of myself for that. So anyway, that is just my little check-in, and I will see you at the end of the movie. And I will probably be running back home to my couch. Bye.
Good morning, voiceover back again because this is the vlog that just does not want to be made. I finally got hit with the cold that's been taking everybody out this month in perfect time for international travel. So fortunately my weekend was just a blur of trying my very best to get better, employing all of my best tricks for speeding up the recovery process. And now it's a race against time. Highly recommend not getting this cold. Okay. I feel like, you know, those girls who do the like, these are my favorite fragrances, and they have like a tray. That's me. This is my sickness tray, which I will just bring with me everywhere as I migrate throughout the home. So I woke up and I created this. It is my tea, my Vicks, my tissues. I had my Melona vitamin C supplements, my like lemon and tea bag, anything else I might need, like my medicine and things, and my chapstick, for example. I also have like a facial mist. Yeah, I just kind of like take this with me everywhere I go. In the morning, I was in bed. I've now migrated into the living room. We tested. It's a common cold. Literally, it was just a matter of time. All of my friends, we were just dropping like flies, like one by one every day. Somebody else would have it, and then Kurt got it, and I was like, okay, well, countdown time for me. It's literally just like from there to there. I feel ill. Otherwise, I'm feeling fine. It's all about your attitude, in my opinion. I'm always just a very confident person in like, I'm going to get better by tomorrow. I have about 30 hours now before our flight. I'm going to be cured. I'm going to be fine. We're getting some spicy curry for lunch. Kurt just ran to the pharmacy to pick something up. I'm reading a really good book. I finished a good book and I started another one. We're going to be okay. So I just need to like, after lunch, I'm actually going to lay out my clothes, figure out what's going on, because we are going back to, ironically, we had a crazy cold snap here where it was like -12 for weeks. And the day that we leave, it's supposed to get warmer. And we are going to the East Coast where they're having a crazy cold snap and it is like -20. So, yeah, I'm going to figure my life out then. But overall, hope you guys are staying healthy. Vicks Vapor Rub. My family has sworn by Vicks Vapor Rub since I was born. I introduced it to Kurt and he doesn't believe in the power of it, but I do. And so I keep it with me at all times. Yeah. So if you've tried everything and you're not feeling great, not sponsored, try Vicks. All right. I'm going to go finish this, get our food, and heal. That's the goal. All right. Ha. Hello. Okay. For this trip, we are checking a bag. I normally try to do carry-on, but we are going for a month. I just bought a new checked bag, and we're bringing a lot of stuff with us. Like, it's the reason we're going back is my mom and dad are both born in February, so we're going for their birthdays. So I have gifts, and honestly, I just hate running through. What has it been, like 20 years of my life I have spent running through the San Francisco airport with my carry-on, trying to make my connection. And you know what? I'm tired of it. And so Kurt and I are just gonna pack one bag together and then we check it, which will be a little bit easier. It's gonna be, like I said, really cold while we're there. And really, other than seeing family and going into the city for a little bit, we're not doing anything. So I'm just bringing, I think, like sweatpants, 2 pairs of jeans, and then just various sweaters. So I'm thinking Kurt and I can just fill this half, and then this half can be gifts. And we're finally bringing, like, Kurt has a painting that he's been wanting to bring to the US, but it's too big for our carry-ons. So yeah, that's the plan. I just did my whites, so I need to let my laundry dry and then get packing. So here she is, the behemoth that I bought in Ireland, but worth it. good news is, I finished my packing. We're all good. Kurt just needs to throw his stuff in. Our flight is at a weird time. Our flight is at 6, so we still have kind of a full day ahead of us. I'm actually feeling 100%. I'm cured, which is fabulous. I'm just drinking throat coat right now because I just have the remnants of like, now my throat is just really dry. But in terms of any other symptoms, got a little bit of a stuffy nose, but we're good to go. And so I think by the time that we get on the airplane tomorrow, I will be in the clear. So that's great news. Hate throat coat, but it does work. So yeah, I will see you in the morning to do our final check-in. Very excited to be home where I can just turn off my brain. Okay, I knew this was gonna happen. I should have thought this one through, but I am the kind of person who packs a few days in advance. The fact that I packed this last night / this morning is crazy for me. But Kurt, love of my life, likes to pack maybe 30 minutes before we leave. So sharing a suitcase with him is crazy because I can't zip this up yet because someone hasn't packed. So we're leaving in like 4 hours, and he genuinely doesn't have anything to pack. Just like his clothes and a laptop. It's not a big deal, but there's just a huge part of me that wants to zip this up, put it by the door, and then not think about it. Sir. But we cleaned the house this morning, took out all the trash, especially the food trash. Everything is good. Everything is done. We're fine. It seems like our flight, I'm the kind of person that checks the flight numbers for my loved ones, but also for myself. It's genetic. I inherited it from my dad. We check like, is the flight usually on time? Like, what is the average flight time? What does it normally get in? So I've been watching my flight for the past week, and it seems like yesterday there's a crazy tailwind and they got in, like they shaved an hour flight time off. So I'm hoping that ours also gets in early so that we can have a more leisurely stroll in SFO instead of like manically running through the terminal, which is what I usually do in SFO. So I think I'm gonna log off here. I'm gonna have a separate video of like the journey. But yeah, I've got everything packed. These are all my clothes, my socks, undies, etc. Another pair of jeans. I've got another pair of shoes, a mini micro puffer, my hats, scarves, all my parents' gifts, right? Yes, all of my parents' gifts are in here, as well as little hot packs that Korea is known for. You just stick them in your pocket. I checked. You can, the air or carbon-based ones, you can bring in carry-on or checked. So I have this whole other side, which is going to be Kurt's and Kurt's painting. So I have done all that I can possibly do to prepare for this trip. My carry-on bag is basically just going to be what I need on the flight. So my Kindle, I've got my mask, mints and things to put in my mouth, headphones, passport and documents, my laptop, because we're gonna be gone for a long time. I try not to bring my laptop on trips, but this time I have to do work. So yeah, it'll be nice to just have like a backpack that's relatively light and my toiletries. So yeah, that's that. We are prepared. And if nothing else, if everything else goes wrong, if we lose this bag, at least we'll have data. So thank you so much again to Seoul for sponsoring this. If you want, you can use my code caricakes or go to seoul.com/caricakes to download the app and get 15% off of your Seoul data plans. Downloaded mine and activated my eSIM so that the second we land in SFO, I can turn off airplane mode, figure out what our next gate is, which direction we're gonna be running. So yeah, all of that information will be either down below or you can use this QR code. I will see you guys in the US. Okay, thank you as always, and I'm gonna go. It sounded like he wanted to start packing, so I'm gonna get out of the room, let him do his thing. See you then, okay? Thank you for sticking by me through this, what was supposed to be 2 vlogs combined into one Frankenstein monster of a vlog. Yay, don't get sick. I really think that drinking like several gallons of tea that first day that I started to feel ill fast forwarded all of my symptoms. I really think I got all of my symptoms over with in 36 hours, which is fantastic. So yeah, stay well, look after yourselves, and see you in the US. Bye.